the bevel of your remote, the bevel of your phone, the bevel of my nose, all right, the ridge of my nose, you know. So that's a black and white map, you guys, where black is not shiny and white is shiny. It is a very important map that few people really understand well, and we'll talk about it next class when we be using completely Crazy Bump. But that is crucial to make it look good, all right, and to be the part to sell the items. Okay, so they are located right here. So you have complete, HTML video file about it. You have also PDF files about it. You know, so go for it, and it explains it. Even bump map displace, placement, how you place it and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. So make sure you go through that. All right. It's a little slow. It's just my stuff is like that. Okay. So now, after that, we'll go back to week by week 13. Actually, now you can go to the head texturing. All right. There is techniques for head painting, head texturing. And right here in the same week 13, as I was saying, you have you have the video game channels, you have the torso, arm, hands, leg texturing video. All right, and you have quite a bit of them all the way down. And you have, as I said earlier, for the head texturing right here. Let's look at that. It's a little bit more complicated. There is a PowerPoint for it, and a mapping document. If you look at the mapping document right here, let's open that up. We want to come. Hold on. Let me save it on my desktop. Oh, that's the good old story. Hold on. Is it right? It's right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my subscription has expired on my new computer, as you can see. Forward. They're nice enough to let me use it still. All right. So you have the technique I just showed you. All right, with a sphere. Right here, it is explained completely. All right, and how to make the picture. All right. This is if you make it out of a picture. All right. So you take 3 pictures of yourself or whatever, of the character. So if you have your character front and side anyway. All right. So you can take front and side and you use Photoshop to clone it like that. Very simple. And then you just adjust it. All right, on your UV. Sometimes you might have to relax the ears because they're real tight and the nose a little bit to look better. Everything is explained right there. You can go for that. You can also do what I showed you guys, which is the alignment tools, and align it. I don't do that all the time. You want to be careful so you don't stretch it. All right, but you can try it. Okay, so that's one lecture you need to go through. That will really help you. And then there is other techniques. No, that's the same one. No, that's, hold on. Sorry, maybe the same one. There you go. No, that's not the same one. That's another lecture. Right here, guys. So this is more of a painting type of lecture, though I still use certain realistic parts and textures to apply at strategical places to make it look. I was making a villain, for a game. For one of the fly games. So at that time, actually, I was at UAT. I need to take that out. And I create that. So you unwrap it the way I showed you. That's the first step. All right. You already know to do that. Then I make a seamless texture of his skin. Okay, that works very well. So I pick up the best part of the skin from the picture that I have. So I always told you to get the best picture possible for your work. And then I make a seamless texture out of it. After I made a seamless texture, I took a couple parts, of a villain picture that was for a show, actually. I have a villain of the actor at that time because I thought they were already cartoonish, and I repainted them, properly in Photoshop to add more cartoonish stuff to it. All right, and then I place them strategically, sorry, in the proper places, better word. All right, on the face, following the UV mapping. It doesn't get deeper than that. So I do all of those one after the others. It's really easy, okay? And then I just clone my way through that, okay? So I get to it like that, and then I just clone it completely. Because you see it right here, the sample. When it's not cloned, you can see the patches everywhere. All right. As soon as you clone it with the same seamless texture, that becomes completely seamless, even in the rear. All right, which is hard to do, or even in the top, because this is where you're gonna have problem most likely if you use the unwrapper. Any of the unwrapper actually, but even most if you use the spherical one, is the pinch right here at the top of the head. All right, of the texture. So now let's look at other. Now next, I've added more detail. Okay, using Photoshop brushes, basically, I tweak it and tweak it more. And then after that, I extract a bump and a specular. Okay, you guys, which give it a little bit more punch when you look at it. I didn't like the bump so much, so I went for a normal map. Okay, so I did a normal map, as you can see features of like wrinkles and stuff like that. Okay, you guys, works really well, and at the end that gives me that completely tweaked out. Alright, so you can see the wrinkles, you can, right on there, and there is normal map that is adjusted in the same way, okay, and then all the features are right here. Now I will use, I can close the eyes. I did on that one, I'll just put a small sphere, half sphere in reality, closed, and put a texture of eye, realistic eyes. I was looking for a realistic look, semi-cartoonish, semi-realistic, but the eye is always a good touch to put realistic and just bring it up one step higher. Okay, that's pretty much it, you guys. That's what you need to work on. All right, use those technique everywhere. Don't forget to export to do your actual snapshot in Photoshop to get your UV map to your snapshot. Let me show you that in a second. So if you have whatever mesh, okay, and I'll make a spherical mapping on it. Okay, so I've got a UV map, and you go to UV texture editor. If you want that, and let me scale it down. If you want that to be seen for Photoshop, you need to select your mesh. So it's very important that your mesh is selected. If your mesh is not selected, you don't see anything. Alright, in the UV texture editor, it won't export anything. But you select your mesh, and then you go to polygon, and you go to UV snapshot right here, and you put the exact size you want. Remember, you're a power of 2. And for a character like that, it's got to be at least 1024 by 1024. You can go maybe even 2K, 2048 by 2048. Keep the aspect ratio, that's good. The color value white is perfect for the wireframe of the UVs. Alias the lines also, and then Maya, take a ping. So yeah, that's rare I say that for Maya, but for this one, yes. So you get the transparency in Photoshop, and then make sure it's ranged 0 to 1, and then it's in the proper folder. Export it, and then in Photoshop do the same thing I just did with the head for the rest of the body and the clothing. Now for clothing, for wrinkles, a really good tip if you don't know how to do them is to basically look at other wrinkles, other stuff that are wrinkled already, and basically use some picture until which the clothing is a similar type of wrinkles, steal the wrinkles and overlay them in Photoshop using a blending mode. Alright, that works very well, and then patch them up, clone it up. They will start teaching you the stroke to do it. Alright, it's all about matter where the light is located. Okay, so don't hesitate to email me. I'm gonna go back to rest a little bit, you guys, and I will see you next class. Take it easy.